One of the things that used to work for me was I would get angry, it was almost like that was a fuel with like, I can do better than this, damn it. And then I would go do it, and that's what it took for me to get that focus.
Well, a lot of people find that they can motivate themselves through negative emotion. And
I don't want to do that anymore. So I've been trying to be more passive and creative without all the action and the drama.
Well, the thing about this is what is what is. And what is a big part of how you feel for right now. And so if you can find a way of softening what is, of saying what is isn't so bad, of saying what is all right, and I'm not mad at myself for what is, and there is benefit in what is. In other words, your future experience is full of some problems. Yes, it is, because you're projecting things that you don't want into your future experience. So there are problems out there ready for you to discover. But right on the heels of those problems that you're getting ready to discover are solutions to those problems. Do you know that in the moment that you project the problem into your future, you project the solution into your future also? Isn't that worth thinking about? So since the problem is there, sure it is, and the solution is right behind it, which part of it are you going to activate? Which part of it? You could get so good at expecting things to go well for you that you would attract the solution before the problem. We're not kidding you. Don't you know people like that? Don't you know people that just never seem to have any trouble? They're not trying to justify their existence through trauma and tragedy. In other words, they're expecting things to go well. And so just do your best from where you are to feel as good as you can. And if you don't feel as good, remember, we didn't say think the best feeling thought that you've ever thought. We didn't say think the best feeling thought anybody has ever thought. We're encouraging you to think the best thought that you can find right now. And you have to talk yourself into it. And you'll feel it when it feels better. And so it's sort of like not feeling very good and reaching for something that feels better and not finding it, but still reaching and not finding it and not failing because I'm not trying to get all the way to bliss. Just reaching for something that feels a little better and then finding it and feeling a little better and then saying, good job, I feel a little better. And here I am, I'm not doing so bad, but I still think I could feel better. And then reaching for something that feels a little better. Not trying to get all the way to bliss, but just something that feels a little better. And in time, you'll discover that you can soothe yourself. And when you've discovered that you can soothe yourself, now you've got the key to everything, because soothing yourself is releasing resistance. Soothing yourself is practicing the art of allowing. And every time you change the way you feel the slightest little bit, the slightest little soothing shifts you vibrationally to a whole new channel. Do you see how little you have to shift your radio dial to get a whole new set of music? Or a whole new set of discussion? In other words, it does not take very much shift in the frequency to tap into something entirely different than what you've been attracting, you see. So it's really worth making the effort to soothe yourself, because as you soothe yourself, your vibration shifts, your point of attraction shifts, and then it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. Not only because the universe is delivering to you better feeling stuff, but because you gain the confidence with every shift that it's going to be all right and that you can feel good under any and all conditions. Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
One quick question, though. I love to read mysteries. It's one of the things I've been trying to do to soothe myself, is distract myself by reading. And I found I just love mysteries. And they always involve, usually, some crime. And I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to put myself in a vibrational path of, crime, because I really do love mysteries. And
we wouldn't read things that stir up feelings or emotions in us that don't feel good when we're feeling them. It's like knowing you're allergic to milk and drinking a lot of it every day. It's like every time you eat chocolate, getting a gut-wrenching bellyache, but eating it anyway. We wouldn't do it. We would understand our sensitivity, you see.
I have a specific question then related to this. And I have a decision, and I understand, theoretically, I understand the action journey versus the emotional journey. Theoretically, I understand that.
We know you haven't really got it, or you wouldn't be about to ask the next question.
Right. And it's really what I need help with.
Well, let us give you the answer before you ask it. In other words, let's get to the solution before the problem.
Okay.
Don't take any action at all before you move on this emotional scale. In other words, tell anyone who's involved, not now. Not now. Too soon. Not now. I have some feeling better to do first.
Okay. So then the goal around that is to be feeling the hopeful or the optimism more often as my dominant vibration
Yes.
than the discouragement.
Yes, because once you get there, then the decision will not need to be made.
So
Once
the action wouldn't need to be taken. Is
the
that-
action will not be necessary at all once you clean up your vibration.
I guess I want to say, are you sure? I'm sorry, I can't imagine asking you that, but here I am.
We're sure.
Okay.
You see, we understand vibration and we understand why everything that happens happens. And we can see clearly into your future experience. And we know how close you are to shifting your vibration. And we can feel how powerful the desire is within you and how much pre-paving you've launched into your future experience. And we know that this short, easy to achieve emotional journey from fear and discouragement into hope and positive expectation not only can be easily achieved, but will give you such a different vantage point that then you won't believe that you even asked that question. Not only will you not be able to believe our answer, you'll be astounded that you asked the question. Really.
So part of the thing that's been hanging me up is that I totally believe that it's possible for someone in my situation with my diagnosis or whatever to change that to, I believe when you say that you can be or do or have anything that you desire.
We believe that you believe that. We can feel that you believe it hypothetically and theoretically, and we can feel that you believe it for others, but we do not yet feel that you believe it for yourself.
That's
and
the
the reason
glitch.
you don't is because you've got all this evidence with all of these statistics and all these facts that say otherwise, and all of these voices. And so what we are wanting to say to you is, it's time for you to trust your own guidance. We just love it when someone gets themselves into a situation, and you're not there yet, but it happens all the time. We just love it when somebody gets themselves into a situation where they have absolutely no recourse. No one is offering them any action whatsoever. So they finally decide, well, I guess I might as well clean up my vibration. We love it when you finally do the only thing that ever works anyway. First, you say. And we are appreciating your willingness to play with us so that we can use this powerful example to help everyone understand that the emotional journey is not that hard. What happens is, so you got some vibration going and you don't really know you've got it going, and it results in manifestation. Mm-hmm. And then you start responding to your manifestation. So then you start wanting special favors, and then you start wanting the world to treat you differently, and then you start asking people to understand where you're at, and then you start asking people to then compensate in some way in order to make up for some deficiency that you feel. And before you know it, you got this whole thing going on that says, this is who I am, and now these are what my needs are. And you sort of, without meaning to, you're asking everybody else to do something different in order to accommodate you. You're not the only one doing it. A lot of people are doing it. And so then what happens is you lose your sense of empowerment. You lose your sense of being able to do anything for yourself. Absolutely. But the trouble is, nobody else can do anything for you. Mm-hmm. In other words, there are not enough surgeries or medicines or doctors or brilliant minds in the world to compensate for energy that's flowing in the opposite direction of what is wanted, you see. That's why, as much as researchers and scientists come up with cures for problems that people have launched into their future, as quick as one cure comes, they throw another disease out there. Right. Aren't you astonished at the number of new diseases that keep being created? It's not just new labels, it's new symptoms, new results, new body parts doing new things that they've never done before. Physical beings mutating constantly into the fearsome thoughts that they've launched in their future experience. And then they don't do anything about cleaning up their own vibration. Instead, they demand society to come up with the cure. And we say, it's a vibrational cure. It's an emotional cure. And you show that to yourself when you realize that if you don't find the emotional cure or the vibrational cure, that even though someone might give you something that can head off some symptoms, that then your negativity squirts around in another way and gives you some other symptom. And so then you're just chasing symptom after symptom after symptom after symptom, when what you're wanting to do is to get at the heart of it. And at the heart of it is despair instead of hope, or worry instead of wonder, or anger instead of joy. In other words, it's all of that. And so you just talk yourself up the emotional scale just a little bit at a time. And you pat yourself on the back really, 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 really often as you show yourself, hey, I think I feel a little better. And you stop comparing how you feel to anybody else. Because, of course, you're not going to feel as good as people who are up walking around. It's normal that you would feel confinement under these conditions. That's normal. It's normal that you would feel some fear over some of the diagnosis. We're not saying to you that you're wrong to feel those emotions. What we're saying to you is you're feeling those emotions in response to some things. And just like the noise next door, which seems to have subsided substantially, all of the static in your life that's causing you grief will subside in time too. Yes. Good.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are empowered beings, but when you perceive that you have not power, then you begin to feel fear. And what happens to so many people is because they are not really aware of this emotional meter, and they are not aware that they can take an emotional journey in a matter of seconds or minutes and change their vibrational attitude and point of attraction, and therefore change what's manifesting in their experience. Because so many people have forgotten that, don't remember that, or have taught themselves something very different from that as they have attempted to please others in this physical body. What begins to happen is that large segments of your population, which just means a lot of individuals who become mass consciousness, come to believe that the way they control the way they feel, which is important to every one of them, no matter what they say, the way they control the way they feel is by trying to change the circumstances that affect them when they focus upon them. When you look at something that makes you feel good, you say, yeah, I'd vote for that. But when you look at something that makes you feel awful, you say, we've got to do something about that. We've got to get rid of that. We have to change that. We have to take that out of our society, or get that off of the face of this earth. And what we're wanting you to remember as we're rampaging through this glorious day together is that you will never find your freedom through attempting to control the behavior of others, because you can't do it. You can't even control your wife. You can't control your kids. You couldn't control your parents when you were kids trying to control your parents. Teachers can't control their students. Employers can't control their employees. Wonderful man in a restaurant the other night, Jerry and Esther's favorite restaurant in this area, said, I have employees, and 75% of them I adore, and 25% of them I would like to kill. And he wasn't kidding. You cannot effectively shift the way you feel if you believe the way you feel is contingent upon the changing of some circumstance or condition outside of you. That's why so many masters and teachers have tried to remind you about unconditional love. Unconditional love means love without changing conditions. Unconditional love means staying connected to Source regardless of the conditions. And in the continuing connection to Source, then the conditions must acquiesce to the changed vibration. We can feel that through your trial and error, through your willingness to experience life, through your wanting to feel good, and through your constant seeking, that you have come to know these things that we are talking about. And now it's just a matter of practicing them until you not only know it about this, but you know it about that, and about that, and about that, until you come to know it about everything, until you are able to look at your own body, even if it has something that you don't want in it, and you're able to relax and say, this too shall pass. It can go out the same door it came in. It came in vibrational alignment to something that I was thinking before I was even aware I was thinking it. And now I have changed the rhythm of my thought, and now I'm reaching for thoughts that consistently feel good to me on a myriad of subjects. All things unwanted must leave, and all things wanted must come. It is law. It is not possible for you to want something that does not come into your experience if you are in vibrational alignment with what you want.